So get your little hip bands. However, today, they're gonna be foot bands today. So we're actually gonna put it around our feet, okay? Now, some of us might need something to hold on to, so you're more than welcome to use a wall. Now, the intention is to stand up nice and tall, lengthen through the legs, squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes so the legs are straight, right? If I had to pull these up and I had shorts on, you'd see a little bit better. So straight legs, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads. Now, feet just slightly hip width apart, and we're gonna think about marching, pulling that knee up nice and high. Now, what happens to the opposite hand also comes up. So as we do that, put your hands on your belly. What happens automatically? Those abs fire, right? The core fires. Now we're trying to be as tall as possible, and we're gonna stay on one side only. Slow, pull it up, hold that knee about hip height, bring it back down slow. You come up, hold, 2, 3, back down. Right, when you do the same side, we're gonna go 10 to 12 times, whatever you feel is better for you and how challenging that band is. So again, if you're just starting off, never did these before, you're gonna get your lightest band possible. Hold, straighten that back leg out. Hopefully it's not bending this front leg here, right? Try to straighten it out, get nice and tall. 8 for me. 9, it's that running position 2. Last one there. 10. Okay, we're gonna go opposite side now. So you might feel that hip flexor fire. You might find the opposite glute has to fire quite a bit. So think about that standing leg, bring it up, straighten that quad, squeeze that glute, tap the ground. Squeeze, 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 drive it up, push that ground away. 2. Guys, give me that 90-degree position now. Turn sideways so I can see that side view from you, right? 4, and I'm gonna tell you, if you can make it a little tighter. Good. Tall at the top. Think about a balloon making it nice and tall. Good. So I want you to squeeze. Yes, Sylvia. Tall, tall, tall. Even taller. Don't lean back. Yeah, be as tall as you can. Don't lose that position. Good. And you guys are going to go 10 to 12 there. Very nice. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm doing the other side now. Okay.
Good. You go 10 to 12. Good, Dana. Stay on that one side. We're saying one side only. If you have to alternate it, that's okay. It just will. It's okay. It's okay if you alternate it. We're just going to try to make one side work. And so we have to work that one side. You'll feel what's really going on the more we tighten that leg. So Denise, when you're ready, one more time. Now with that standing right leg, I want you to extend that glute. See how that knee bends?
Yeah.
I want you to feel like that glute fire, your right hip, your butt cheek.
Huh.
So as you push it back, instead of letting it come forward here, right, if it's not straight, kind of goes out at an angle. Try to get that thing vertical. Tighten that quad. Pull it up nice and tall, right? And get that booty to fire back there as well. Because that hip is going to stabilize and not let it go forward or go backwards, right?
Feel it right there.
Yes, your hip flexors will fire quite a bit. And also feel it in that abs, in those abs as well, right? So finish them out wherever you're at. Good job, Allison. Ooh, good. All right. Once you're all done, we're gonna balance on a foot. Now, hands are gonna go on the hips, okay? We're gonna bring that foot back so it stays in line with my spine, and I'm gonna rotate my hips and open them up as far as they can go. Find that end point, then bring it all the way back and around. And try to collapse the hips so it comes down and around. This knee goes back behind the standing leg. Now, if you need a little help with that balance, put your hand against that wall, okay? So I'm balancing my left leg. My left hand is against that wall. I can open it up. Now, the action just comes from the hips. Slow, and then we go control. We're gonna go 5 on one side. Open up as far as you can go. If you have a gigantic belt buckle, like you're from Tejas, That's also known as Texas. Show off your belt buckle. Show off that belt buckle, girl. Now, you can use a broomstick. You can use a wall. So I'm pretty sure we all have walls right now. And we're gonna go all the way up and open those hips up as far as they can go. Try to show that belt buckle off to that wall in front of you. And then collapse that hip. I want you to bring that standing or the leg that's suspended in the air back behind the standing leg. So you close that hip down.
So
Right.
how much do we do it on one side?
Yeah, so you go 5 on one side. You can go 5 on the opposite side. You're gonna feel a lot of stimulation throughout that hip as we do these motions. Yep.
I got my socks.
This is
Yeah.
what my physical therapist said I had to work on.
How is your knee, Allison?
It's not great, but it's okay. He said I
Yes,
need to try hip strength.
So all the way open.
Whew, that hurts.
It stimulates, right?
It's
Those
stimulating.
external rotators. Open up as far as you can. Now, if you notice, you might drop quick through any motion. You might notice there's a weakness in that range of motion for that hip, right? And so it'll help to balance out these little muscles that we get to use there, okay? So we got 5 and 5 there. Looks like most of us are all done. We're gonna put our yellow band or whatever band you have back on around your feet. And we're gonna go to our marches one more time. So we're gonna do this march, then we're gonna do our nice little airplanes. That's what I call this last movement, airplanes, for your second move. We're gonna do everything twice, okay? Then we'll move forward. All right, so remember, everything's tight. We're gonna stay on the right side, so the right side's gonna move. Left side, straight as possible. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Quad is squeezed. Stand up tall. Pause
Do
the
the
top.
same leg again? Yeah.
Yes. So you go 10 to 12 per side, making sure that leg that's on the ground, that foot that's on the floor, pushing that hip, squeezing that hip, squeezing that quad. You got 10 to 12 on each side. Good. Now, if you need that wall for a little extra balance, right? Hold on to that wall, hold on to something, get that good pause. Now, Denise, you're gonna extend that left hip backwards, squeeze that glute. Put your hand back down that left glute. Put your left hand on that glute. Yeah, come on, no one's watching. Just be. But you wanna feel that fire back there. If you feel it's like kind of soft, well, it's probably telling you that your knee is breaking and you can't push that hip backwards. So,
I'm like feeling it right here, so.
yep. That happens too. That's it. Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is that your lightest band?
Yeah.
Good.
Ooh.
Nice job, guys. Dana, well done. Excellent. Excellent, you guys.
I
Now-
did 20 yesterday on my bike, so my legs are a little tight a bit.
I bet. 20 miles?
Yeah.
You got after it, huh?
Yep.
All right, once you got your 10 to 12 on one side, switch and go to the opposite side when you're ready. Take your time. Just work on being nice and tall. Yes, good. That's it, my friends. There you go. Good, Sylvia. Well done, Allison. Nice, Denise. Good. Now, if you're all done, you can get a head start with us. So I see some of us are done. Use that wall. Let's go to our airplanes. Okay, we're gonna go 5 to each side. So everything about body's about 45 degrees. Bring that leg back. We're gonna open it up as far as we can go. And then we're gonna close that hip too. So what I mean by closing the hip, if you watch, it just isn't finished squaring up at the ground, but it also drops. And so we're kind of at an angle here, right? And then open it up as far as you can go. Now you can go without an assistance, but it's much more challenging to do, especially that top position for most folks. And then slowly taking your time to go all the way back. So it's a little bit of balance work once you take away the walls. And that foot will get nice and warm too, I bet. So do the best you can. If you need assistance because you can't hold the balance for whatever reason, use it. It's a great one to work on. Now, for me, it's cleaned up a lot of, and actually a lot of other people too who I've worked with. If they've had groin issues, hip flexor issues, maybe when they're running, sprinting, you know, those types of movements, even biking, it's really helped clean up, give them less pain as they're doing those motions. They're activities that they really like to do. And so it's a great one to work on. Sometimes those little stabilizers in the hip, when they're running, you know, biking, the knee does all kinds of stuff, right? The foot has to do stuff, the hip has to do stuff. As far as internal, external rotating run, right? It's not just straight up and down like a piston, but there's like different motions that happen. That will help those little stabilizers be stronger and give them a little bit more, I'd say, maybe just strength in those positions, okay? I almost said endurance, I think I might have been wrong there. Excellent. So once we're all done, we're gonna want our longer band, okay? Our longer, if it's a hoop, if it's a long band, grab one of those, free it up. Good, you have one. Denise, you got one of these?
This.
That'll work, that's great, I got a nice thin one, right? Nothing too big, because we're gonna do those nice pull aparts. And so what we're looking for is a nice little stimulation back behind those shoulder blades, okay, right in between them. So once we're all there, we're gonna find our belly button, pull the band back there, okay? Hands are gonna stay, that band is gonna stay that height, right? And so when I pull my hands all the way back, try to pull my hands back as far as I can. And you're gonna feel a nice little contraction back in that posterior side of your body. Now, once again, we're gonna go 8 here, get a nice squeeze in the back, come forward. Pull, find that belly button every time. Six, 7, one more, and 8. We're gonna do 3 different positions here, okay? So shake it out, it's gonna get warm back there. So find your belly button, keep it there, right? And again, you're gonna change the tension by pulling your hands in closer or further apart on that band. Obviously, the further I walk them in, the harder it's gonna be, but I wanna try to increase, I wanna find that very end point, bring my hands back as far as I can. Okay, so after you're done with those 8, we're gonna find the bottom of our chest, okay? We're gonna pull back as far as those hands will go. Get that nice little squeeze to the back, hold it, and back. 4, 5, 6, 7. The last one. Pull, hold, and shake it out. And the shoulders get a little tired too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go above the chest, about collarbone height. Okay? Shoulder height, collarbone height. We got the last 8. Hold it.
I thought you were coming later, sorry.
Six. We got 2 more. 7. Last one here. And 8. Woo! Nice and toasty.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Ugh.
Awesome. All right, let's go down to the floor. We're gonna go to a plank position. Okay? We're gonna hold this plank position for a moment. Now, we're gonna do a frozen mountain climber. We just climbed up Mountain Hood. We forgot all our clothes, so now we're frozen for a moment. So we're gonna hold this foot up off that ground, right? You can point that toe down, you can point it up, that's up to you. So we're just gonna hold for about a 5 count, bring it back, switch it out, go to the opposite foot. Okay, 5 count there. We're gonna go for 40 seconds. Now, if that bothers your wrists, you can go onto dumbbells and make your hands straight, your wrists nice and straight, I should say. Okay, so it's up to you. You can grab dumbbells right here. That'll help you stack your wrists. And now they're not in that bent position, right? So that part's up to you. We're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Drive that knee in, hold. Try to bring it in. Try to pull those hands back towards your toe. Good, switch. And you'll feel a little bit more in those abs. Kind of that same position we were in earlier. Try to straighten out that long leg. Don't let it bend. Switch. Hold, hold, push that long leg back. Switch. Hold. Switch. Hold. Switch. Last time. Hold. And rest. Nice. Hopefully you're feeling a little something in here as you do that. Driving that knee towards that elbow and actually trying to pull those hands towards those toes, although they're not going to move, right? So this.
Kind of hip flexor stretch too, I feel like.
Oh, good. Well, especially in that long position. We were just in that position with those bands, right?
Yeah, it feels good though.
Yes, I think so too. So I think they're good complementary motions for you. All right, one more time. Grab your bands. We go 8, 8, and 8. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Find that belly button. Pull that thing apart. Get that good squeeze. Pause back there. Make those muscles fire. 3. There you go. Keep it that same height. 4. Suck my belly in. So especially when I get close to that camera, right? It's a real thing. Good, Rick. Shake it out. All right, just below that chest. We're gonna go here in 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull those hands back as far as you can. There it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, last one, 8, good, shake them out. I know the shoulders get a bit warm, especially if that band is a bit challenging for you. Now we're gonna go shoulder height, collarbone, pull. It's gonna go right down to the bottom of that neck. Bottom of that neck. Don't choke yourself out though. Pulling those hands far, get that good squeeze. Last one. All right. Now, this your band? Do this with it. All right, my friends. We're going back to that floor, 40 seconds. We're gonna do that nice little frozen mountain climber. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Hold that position, pull your hands back towards that toe, and switch. Drag that knee in, pull the hands. Switch. You might get a little shake in there, depending on how hard you pull. Switch. Switch. Make sure that back leg is straight. Don't let it bend. Switch. 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 Last time. Hold. And switch. Good. All right. Very nice. We're going to end up on that floor. So we've done these in the past, but we're going to add our little band in there today, okay? So we're going to put that band around our feet once again. And I'm going to show you that motion before you actually go. But first off, put that band around your feet. We're going to go that. Laying on our backs. feet about hip width apart. Now we're gonna drive those hips up, okay? Elbows are on the ground. So when I'm in this top position, I'm gonna drive my hips up, press the weight, drive the knee up, okay? Right back down. So it's gonna ask a lot out of that glute. It's gonna ask a lot out of that hip flexor and core, okay? And now we're gonna grab a little weight to help press, okay? Try to finish top, extend that leg here, the foot that's on the floor, and get that glute squeeze, okay? Now, again, find your lightest band, because this is a challenging motion. Now, if that's too hard for you to do, no band, okay? Take away that band. If you're feeling like not so confident with it, then you need to work on that motion first. No band, but if you're feeling solid, feel like you can do it, no problem, put that band on. The band is just another level. So you play with these motions. We're gonna start with that right leg, steady on the floor. Left knee's gonna drive up towards the chest, okay? Right leg stays on the floor, right foot stays on the floor, left knee comes to that chest. Grab your 2 dumbbells. We're gonna go 8 presses and hip drives in 3.
So we start with the right leg?
So right foot's gonna go down,
Okay.
left knee comes up, right? This is our finishing position here. Well, we're gonna go down, everything comes down together, right?
Yeah.
Squeeze and press. Okay, try to get that nice little glute squeeze too. Ready? Let's go. Drive it up for 1, 2, 3. Get a good pause on top. 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. And 8. Woo! There you go. Doing all right? All right, you guys can do the other side. I'm gonna come watch in 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Now, Allison, at the top of that position, pull your toe to your nose. Toe to the nose. So flex your ankle. Yeah. That's the one. Good. Good. Just like that. Drive that hip up as high as you can go, Denise. Good. There you go, Sylvia. That's it, Dana. Dana, bring your toe to your nose as well.
My toe.
Yeah, your right toe. Flex your ankle so it comes up. There you go. Good. Just like that. Pretend like you had a band on your toe too, right? If you had that band on, you wouldn't want that toe to be pointed down because it's going to fall off.
Oh.
Yeah. So you go 8 on that side as well. Excellent. Nice job, my friends. Little breather, standing up from there. All right. Now you will be doing a reverse lunge. Coming up, bring that knee up, and we do a curl, right? So as we come up, we do a hammer curl. Okay, that means thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. Bring that knee up, press up. It's a light weight. You're not gonna go heavy. You can probably get one of your lighter weights, 5, 8, 10 pounds, whatever you want. Work on that motion, because now, when we do those nice little marches, same motion, still making this leg nice and straight. Get that glute fire, get that quad fire. Curl, whoo, find my balance, and then press up overhead. Bring it all back down. Take your time, step back, stand tall, curl it, press it with that knee driver. Okay, a lot of those marching motions are playing with lately. So I'm gonna keep continuing with it. We're gonna go 8 on each leg. Or sorry, let's break that one down. 6 to 8 for you guys. Depending on how you're feeling, let's go 6 to 8. So let's start off. We're gonna start with that right leg going back in 5, 4, 3, 2, step back, drop, come up, drag that knee up, curl, press. All the way back down, step back, make it fluid. Now, if you want to speed it up for whatever reason, right? But for now, go slow, go controlled. Getting good balance out of that leg, good hip stability out of each leg. Excellent. Now, if that bothers your knee, Miss Allison said that you had a recent knee injury, you can roll into like a deadlift, right?
Okay.
You can offset and just get one leg going. And so you have less bend in that knee, right? Curl it, press it. Okay? So finish your 6 to 8 of those. Take a short breath. Because ultimately, overall, you're going to get a lot of curls and more overhead positions in there, right? Whew. Yes. Then in a moment, about 15 seconds, you guys will go to the opposite leg. Now, we're finishing all cattywampus. Think about what that leg has to do. The leg that's on the floor, right? Has to stabilize as we bring that up. We start coming out to the side. What's giving out? Here, to help pull us in. And that glute muscle, the more we get that girl to activate, the more it's going to stabilize that hip joint, right? So take your time, find it, curl it, press it, and just try to own those positions. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, take your time, curl it, press it. Own those positions. Excellent, you guys. Very nice. Finish up as tall as you can be. Beautiful, Sylvia. Well done. Yep, find that balance. Yes. Oh, now, if you want to just take one off, maybe put one down. Denise. Yeah, your choice. It'll probably
Like
go.
that?
Yeah, perfect. There you go. Still challenging, right?
Yeah,
And you can always use your pillar because you have a pillar behind you.
I
Just
do.
for that extra love.
Just a
That's
pillar.
that glute,
Choose your
that right
pillar.
glute. Remember I was talking about not having that hip? Yeah, right? So I'm exaggerating this a little bit, but if this is bent and this knee goes back, you want to extend through that hip, push that knee back. Yes, so you can finish in that position. Yes. And the hard part is for most people to fire the glute at the top position, right? You want to fly mostly in that quad and not get that butt fired. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Nice. Better?
Yeah,
Denise? Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. You guys doing a great job. All right. We're going to go into all fours. Okay? So a little core work again. Hands just outside our shoulders. Tuck those toes underneath you. Bring those knees up. Now all you're going to do is reach out. Right? Reach out. We're just going to switch hands. Now your job is to still not to let the hips go side to side, right? And you can always check by looking down at your knees. Bring your hand up. Does that knee raise up here? Or do they stay level on the floor about 1 inch or 2 from the floor? Okay, that's how you're going to know if your weight shifts, your hips shift. All we're doing is bringing a hand up, bringing it back down. Hand up, back down. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So you're probably going to get a nice little love in those legs. Hold that position here. Hold that arm up there for a second. Squeeze that shoulder. Your quads, I bet, will get a lot of love out of this. Tension your abs. Try to be stable in that tripod position. Keep it going. I'm going to take a look. Nice. Good, and rest. Well done, you guys. Woohoo. All you have to do from there is lay on your back. Boom. Grab your band if you want it. If you don't want the band, that's okay too. Grab your band if you like that one. If you don't like it. Sorry?
My security band.
There you go. Here we go. We're gonna go to that nice little hip bridge. Keep your right foot on the floor. Drive that left knee up to your chest as we press up. In 3, 2, 1, press. Drive that knee up. Good, and bring that hip back down. Get that glute to squeeze back there. Drive it up. Good, try to lift that hip up a little higher now, Sylvia. Push the hips up. Yes, now drive that knee up. Good, and you feel that left hip fire, yeah? Excellent. Good. Keep driving that hip up nice and high, Allison. That's the one. See how it kind of goes up and then sinks back down to about 1/2 inch? Try to not let it fall back down. Both feet down, and then drive the knees up. Drive the knee up. There you go. Take a short break after your 8th one. Then you go to the opposite side. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Well done, Dana. There you go, Denise. Nice job. Keep pulling that toe to the nose. Yes, good. So it also works out that nice little dorsiflexor, meaning the front of your shin. Yes, you got it, Sylvia. Drive it. Don't let the hips fall. Hips up, hip up. That's it. Well done, ladies.
Oh,
Damn, look good.
Ooh,
Sweating my butt off.
I like all these hip exercises.
What's that?
I like all these hip exercises.
They're great. I think they've helped out the quality of my low back.
Yeah.
The more I've been doing like the single leg stuff, you know, obviously building up a little bit weight that needs to be, that's appropriate. Been helping just kind of keep everything feeling good, especially after runs. It used to be like my problem, especially after 37. I was like, my back is killing me. But like the more that I do like the little hip single leg stuff for myself, the more it cleans it all up.
Or,
All right.
like back when I was still in New York, there was a period of 2 years when I would sit crisscross like this leg wouldn't go down. As like it was like this, like I couldn't move it down past it. And ever since that, and you know, like it wouldn't hurt otherwise, like, you know, like I was not restricted in movements or like it wasn't hurting. But
Yeah.
when I started your class, like now I have no problem.
Oh, Celia, you gotta put that in your testimonial. Used to not be able to sit crisscross, but now look at me. Now.
Crisscross was my problem.
All right, standing up.
Sitting on every floor.
Do you suffer from crisscross problem?
Yeah. You sit on the floor.
You can join my class.
Is kindergarten hard for you?
Everybody
That's
over
why
the age of 8 will say
drum
yes.
cycle was a problem, but now I'm back in the drum circle.
All right, here we go. We're gonna step back to that right leg. Step back, drop, bring it up. Knee comes up to the chest. Curl and press. Bring it all back down. Step, drop. Let's see it. Let's see it. Now in a moment, everyone's gonna give you that 90-degree shot, that side view. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Now take that time on that way down. Just don't let gravity drop you guys. Slow on that way back down. Control yourself, okay? Good. And Allison, when you do your motion, you're gonna find a nice little stretch in that front leg that you're working, okay? Find a little stretch in that glute and that hammy. Take your time on that way down. Take your time on the way back up. Good. Excellent. Toe up. Sylvia, toe up. Turn your nose.
The
So
foot,
set the toe down, bring that toe up, right? There it is, good. Just like the motions we've been playing with.
yeah, right.
Getting those dorsiflexors to work, things that we don't normally work. Excellent. Very nice, my friends.
Oh,
Making it look too easy.
Hush, hush.
yeah, I'm working hard.
Awesome.
Okay. The other side now.
So you're 6 to 8 each side. When you're feeling it, I'm gonna let you go. Did Denise, you crush them out already?
Yeah. I'm taking a bit of a pause in between here.
No problem.
Trying to
Okay,
remember
thought
which
you-
leg
thought
I
you
just
both
did.
got
I
it.
don't even remember.
It goes fast.
Maybe I did
Pause,
6.
take as long as the pause as you need to, okay? Because I know you just did your run or your ride, and maybe the legs are a little bit more fatigued. So just go through the pace. Allison, I want you to spend a little bit more time in that bottom position. Hold. Allison, when you get down to that position at the bottom for your deadlift, try to pull yourself down some more. Yeah, I know you have more flexibility than just here, right? You can get your hands past. Now watch your shoulders in that bottom position. Think about not rolling them over. Think about reaching with your chest, keeping your shoulders packed at that moment, and then back up. Yeah. Pause at that bottom again when you get there again, my friend. Hip hinge. There you go. Now you're creating a little bit more length in that hamstring, and you're gonna get more work done.
This side I can just like do the curls. Whew.
That's it. Beautiful.
Oh, sorry.
Great job taking your time with that. It's not a race, just taking our time with everything. So we'll go to all fours. And this time we're gonna, instead of reaching up overhead, we're gonna reach out to the side. Bring that hand back as far as you can. Kind of like we did those bands earlier, right? Pull them apart as far as we could. You want to try to bring that hand back as far as you can. And once again, the hips are not looking to go cattywampus. We're going to keep everything square to the floor as much as possible. And that might just mean bringing the hand out to the side just a little bit, and maybe not all the way back. Okay? We're going to go in 5. There you go. Everyone's done. 4. Come on down on all fours. 3, 2. Hands underneath you. If my belly button fell to the ground, that's where my knees are going to be, right around here. So knees up. Now get a nice stable base. Squeeze that hand back as far as you can. Replace it. Bring it back as far as you can. Keep it going. So hands can go narrow. The narrower the hands, closer to your center, the easier it's going to be to hold this position. Meaning this, right? So the hands can touch as they come back. Now, the wider they are, the harder it is to stabilize and not let those knees move, right?
All right.
Creating width, harder to stabilize. So you choose where you can be the best in moving in that position.
Oh, gosh.
And rest. Good. All right. We're not gonna go too far from there. You're gonna sit on your butt. we're gonna do those nice little hip rock, shin boxes. So
Oh.
pull those heels in, heels about hip width apart. Roll. Try to keep your sit bones on the ground. Get a nice stretch in this hip. Pull it up till it can't go any further, and then bring the other one around. Woo! Now that one for me is tight. Still trying to get a nice little stretch in here. Pull it up. Pull it over. Nice job. We're just finishing with some mobility. So more legs than mostly anything today. A lot of hip stability for you today. A little bit of shoulders. A little bit of back.
We'll be texting you to let you know how our hip flexors feel tomorrow.
I hope you do. Let me know. Good. So
Will we
now
all
we're
be able to
bringing
sit down?
Our chest to our knee. What's that?
Yeah, will we all be able to sit down? That's the question,
Crisscross.
I hope you text me when you're on the toilet.
right?
So I know everybody brings their phone to the toilet. It's the new shampoo bottle these days to read, right? Remember back in the day, like whatever was around you, you read like a shampoo bottle or whatever was in there. At least I would. I shouldn't talk for everybody. It got silent. Sorry, guys.
Trying to think of something funny. I couldn't think of something funny right away.
I was like, was it your Prel?
Yeah, right.
But as some of us get into our senior years, we are gonna thank you, Pete. We are.
You're welcome. I'll just give you a preemptive. You're welcome.
Okay.
Ah. Good. Now, if you have a pad, maybe put on your knee, that might be nice to use. If not, that's okay too. If you have a pillow, a pad, whatever you want to use. I have this wooden floor, which is fine, but after a while, I like to put my knee down on something soft. So this leg's gonna go a little further in front, and all I'm gonna do is push this hip forward, get a nice stretch in the hip flexor. I'm gonna balance myself with this opposite hand. I'm gonna reach up and reach back. Come on off it. Push it forward, reach up and reach back. Just looking for a nice little hip flexor stretch. We do one more, just gonna hold it a little longer. Push and hold. Oh yeah, good. Switch to the other side.
I gotta take Violet outside. Thanks, you guys. Thank
Yes,
you.
Good to see you.
Have a good weekend.
You as well. We're going to snow.
Woo.
What are you laughing at?
She didn't really leave.
She's giving us the living room view.
Right.
Denise, come back.
All right. So we're gonna go to all fours. Kick out your right or your left leg. You want it nice and strong, toe pointing forward. Some cracks so maybe you guys see better. Okay. Now I'm gonna rock back towards my heel. Push myself backwards. Okay. So here, push myself backwards. Just find a nice little stretch in that groin area. Yeah. Good. Then you can come back up if you need a little relief and push yourself back when you're ready. A lot of hip work today. We're gonna bring it in, we're gonna go the opposite side. Toe foot faces forward. You can go out slightly to the end, to the outside if you want. As long as we bring the toe all the way up, right? If the toe pointed towards the ceiling per se, it goes more through the hamstring. So the more that foot can stay down, right? It stays more in that groin, and the more that hip turns into the floor, not letting it chase away from the ground, the more you get it in that hip flex, or sorry, the groin area than you do in the hammy.
Oh,
Sounds like you found a good stretch.
yes.
Good. Wrists doing okay. If not, you can go to your forearms or just go to your fists.
I have to do a call, Pete, but I guess we'll be in touch.
Yes.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
Adam know about the schedule and what he wants to do. Yeah, what he wants to
I
do.
I
Same.
won't be there, I won't be here next week.
Oh, you're going to New York?
Yes,
Okay,
Nice.
I'll be here.
I'll be
Cool.
there.
Okay,
Hey, great to see you guys. I appreciate you.
we appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
yeah, we appreciate it too.
Hey, well, you guys have. What's that?
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
I hope you guys have a great weekend. I
Okay,
appreciate it. So we'll see
Bye.
you.
Thanks so
Have a
much.
good one.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, thank you, have
Ciao.
a great weekend, bye-bye.
Thank you guys.